Oh, Seth Rollins not wasting any time. Look at this. Jumping over the ropes, going after Balor right off the bat. And now here we go. The bell is rung. These two superstars go way back. And these two have gone to battle a numerous amount of times as the count begins until another entrant will enter into the War Game structure. And boom, Rollins sending Balor into the cage. And the thing is, we are still awaiting the arrival of Randy Orton. The bell has rung for this to begin, and Randy Orton is nowhere to be seen. Is Randy Orton going to show up? Is he here? We haven't seen Randy Orton since he was attacked by the Bloodline 18 months ago. And the crowd here in Chicago is absolutely electric as Rollins is looking to shred the skin of Balor against the greats of the cage. And again, Balor sent into the cage by Rollins. Rollins has the upper hand right now. Realize what he's got to work with right now. And when somebody from Judgment Day joins the ring at the end of this count, Rollins needs to make sure he makes quick work of Balor. So he only has to focus on the next person that enters in the War Games match. Oh, Balor lands on his feet. That buckle bomb that Rollins is going for is the same move that cost Finn Balor the inaugural Universal Championship that Finn Balor won back in SummerSlam 2016 when he defeated Seth freaking Rollins in the tournament finals. And then the shoulder injury was a buckle bomb, but instead of it being into the corner, it was a barricade bomb, forcing Finn Balor to relinquish the title the following night on Monday Night Raw with a torn shoulder. 3 minutes until Balor gets a little bit of backup. And now Balor on the offense here on Seth freaking Rollins with a sling blade, taking out the Visionary. And now Balor, he's measuring Rollins up. He's got Rollins exactly where he wants him, taking his time. Rollins with a super kick. And Balor was not expecting to run into a super kick by Seth freaking Rollins. And now we're in between the rings. This is dangerous. That's steel plated. No, not a pedigree. Finn will go out like a light, but instead, oh, what a back body drop. The broken back of Rollins, spine first. Rollins' broken back right onto the steel ring connector. And Balor has Rollins in the drop zone, went for a coup de grace. Rollins able to get out of harm's way. And now Rollins with a sling blade of his own. And just like that, Rollins able to turn things around. You can see the camo printed gear that Rollins has, signifying that this means war between Rollins and the Judgment Day. And Rollins going to work on Balor. And Rollins now starting to gain the upper hand, but the problem is that we're only a few moments away from Balor getting some backup, and Rollins is going to have to really incapacitate Balor for him to only have to focus on one other person. Otherwise, Rollins has got to deal with two people for the next 5 minutes. And what a backbreaker to Balor. Boom, what a knee to the face of Balor. Balor is down and out. And there are no pinfalls until all competitors are in the match. And now Team Judgment Day gets a new member in a few seconds. Who's it going to be? JD McDonough going in hot. And it's his premium live event debut. Balor not wasting any time kicking McDonough out of the ring, but Balor taking advantage of the distraction. Rollins was focused on the new entrant in the War Games match. Meanwhile, Balor is still bloodthirsty for Seth Rollins. Oh! And Rollins didn't see that McDonough had a kendo stick. And it's all legal. No disqualifications. Anything goes. It's all perfectly legal inside the cage. And now we've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes until Rollins gets some backup. Oh, boy. Oh, what a shot with a kendo stick. And now Rollins on the receiving end of kendo stick shots. Back and forth. McDonough has a kendo stick. Balor has a kendo stick. And the Judgment Day standing tall. Rollins holding on to his knee. That left knee of his. The Judgment Day is so vicious and sadistic. And they're just having an opportunity to display it here in War Games. And if it's not bad enough that how sadistic and evil the cage is in and of itself, now there are kendo sticks. We've got weapons involved to make this thing even more diabolical. Oh, but Rollins caught it. Rollins caught the shot of that kendo stick to the midsection. And now Rollins starting to pick up some momentum. Rollins with a kendo stick, but instead McDonough midsection shot. And now look at that. A moonsault to Rollins. JD McDonough has been quite an addition to the Judgment Day. They were unsure about him at first, but JD McDonough has been extremely impressive. He is extremely physically capable of causing violence that is needed, especially in a match like this. War Games. Rollins is just being destroyed, and all Rollins' teammates can do is just watch. Rollins, all he can do is pray for backup. You know, whether it's Sami Zayn, whether it's Cody Rhodes, and waiting on the arrival of the Viper, Randy Orton, who we haven't seen in 18 months, so we don't even know if he's going to be here. You know, Jey Uso could be here to make the save. But the fact of the matter is that the Judgment Day is making work of Rollins right now, and Rollins has to just hold on for another 10 seconds. And now it's starting to sink in. The Judgment Day needs to be prepared. They're grabbing their kendo sticks. Well, look who it is. It's main event. Jey Uso. And you see the look in Drew McIntyre's face. His hatred for the Bloodline. And Jey Uso. Jey Uso, a former member of the Bloodline. And the cheers and the yeets for Jey Uso filling the Allstate Arena. Jey Uso now grabbing a chair as if more weapons were needed to make this match as evil as possible. This is the difference maker. 2 kendo sticks from the Judgment Day and the Equalizer with a 1 chair, but instead a midsection shot to take the chair out of the hand of Jey Uso by McDonough. And now these clubbing yeets from main event Jey Uso. Boom! And turning out JD McDonough with that last shot to the face. The crowd is on their feet with these yeets. What a yeet to the face of Finn Balor. And now this is exactly what Rollins needed, the help that Rollins needed. An enziguri for McDonough and an enziguri for Balor. Jey Uso is all fired up here in the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Jey Uso has the Judgment Day exactly where he wants them. Hip attack in the corner to Balor. Oh, what a standing Spanish fly by JD McDonough. And once again, you go back to McIntyre, who is just menacingly waiting to get his hands on Jey Uso. And all Drew McIntyre wants is to get his hands on Jey Uso. And now The double team, but here's Rollins back to his feet to catch. Jey Uso now a double super kick to McDonough and Balor. It's crazy to see Seth freaking Rollins and main event Jey Uso on the same team. But here, you know, you never know. Anything is possible. People can change. And now Jey Uso going after McDonough. Rollins going after Balor. Rollins and Roman Reigns found themselves going at it back at the Royal Rumble of last year, which would end in a disqualification. In fact, it was Roman Reigns' first loss because Roman Reigns couldn't hold his emotions. Roman Reigns still has that hate inside of him for Seth freaking Rollins for turning his back on the Shield. I mean, that emotional pain, the trust you have in someone you called a brother is still building up inside Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns hasn't really had the opportunity to fully let it all out. And now we will once again introduce a new member into the War Games match. Who's it going to be? And now McIntyre being held back by Priest. Priest saying we stick to the plan. And now Damian Priest heads into the War Game structure, makes his way to the rings. And the Archer of Infamy is about to step inside the cage. But inside the cage is a fired up Rollins and main event Jey Uso awaiting his arrival inside the cage. And now, like a pack of dogs going after Damian Priest. And now Rollins with a chair shot to the midsection of Damian Priest. And now the count begins. Under 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And now main event Jey Uso with a shot to McDonough. And now once again, the numbers are in the favor of the Judgment Day. Oh, what? Is that a baton? Oh my, he's got some sort of baton. Yeah, that's a baton. And now just evening the odds, going after Rollins and Jey Uso. I mean, talk about an equalizer. I mean, it's already, the numbers are already uneven in the ring. You can see Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn locked in their pod. But you know who's not in that pod is Randy Orton, who we are awaiting the arrival of. What a broken arrow from Priest to Uso. Now an elevated flatliner to Seth freaking Rollins. And just like that, the Judgment Day is back in control. Damian Priest heading up to the top. Now what do they have in mind? What in the world is Damian Priest? What in the world? What a look at the athleticism of Damian Priest wiping out Rollins and Uso. And now the Judgment Day standing tall. We've seen what the Judgment Day has been able to do over the past year and a half. And now Rollins has been in this match since the beginning as being absolutely destroyed by Priest. And Rollins not where he wants to be as Priest continues his attack on Seth freaking Rollins. Stomping on the back, but now what a chair shot to the midsection of Jey Uso. It's a 2-on-1 attack. Balor and McDonough. Balor and Uso have their own history with each other. And now finally, Jey and Rollins will have some backup. And now Sami Zayn, once a former member of the Bloodline, entered the War Games match last year as a member of the Bloodline, helping the Bloodline stand tall last year. Things have really changed over the past year. Boom! What a kendo stick shot to McDonough. What a shot to Finn Balor. And I'm going to close the cage door on Balor. Sami Zayn coming in hot. Taking his time. A very wise decision by Sami Zayn. But Sami Zayn was starting out to the cage, but Sami Zayn had something else in mind. And giving the people of Chicago what they want, giving the Chicagoans what they want. Jey Uso and Rollins helping out Sami Zayn as Sami Zayn pulled a table. And you can hear the Usi chants from the fans here, the WWE Universe here in Chicago. Sami Zayn with a clothesline sends Priest over the ropes and landing hard on the steel ring connector. And now stomping away on Damian Priest in the center of the rings, in between the two rings. And Sami Zayn is fired up here in the Allstate Arena. 17,000 plus. Balor going after Zayn. Zayn with a blue thunder bomb. And Sami Zayn heading up to the top. There are bodies everywhere. What does Sami Zayn have in mind? Balor is in position for whatever Sami Zayn has in store. No. Sami Zayn's thinking something even crazier. Sami Zayn was going to head all the way up to the top of the cage, but here comes JD McDonagh to stop whatever craziness was going on in the mind of Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn sends McDonagh into the cage, and now McDonagh, family jewels connect with the top rope as he crashes and burns. That's a pipe that was wedged in between the cage. He just pulled a pipe out of the cage and has dropped it on the... and now midsection. Now, it's all legal. We've seen kendo sticks. We've seen a chair. Now we have a table in the ring that hasn't even been used yet. Now we have a pipe. And a pipe shot takes out Damian Priest. And Sami Zayn is fired up. And now Balor in the corner on the receiving end of these clubbing shots from Sami Zayn as the Sami Zayn chants, as the Sami chants pick up here. 17,000 plus fans. And you can hear Sami Zayn saying this is what you wanted to Finn Balor. The Judgment Day wanted War Games. Well, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Seth freaking Rollins are bringing the fight to the Judgment Day right now. Balor stunned in the corner. McDonagh was just taken out by Rollins and Zayn. And Sami Zayn with a kendo stick shot to the back of Finn Balor. Things are starting to slow down. All superstars are starting to get worn out. And now 10 seconds away. Judgment Day is about to pick up. And now here comes McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is on a mission to finally get his hands on main event Jey Uso. After what happened back at Clash of the Castle last year. Drew McIntyre was supposed to have his moment on his turf. He was supposed to leave as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, but instead, the Bloodline would make sure Roman Reigns didn't lose his title, and then we saw the debut of Solo Sikoa. What a throwaway belly to belly. Sami Zayn sent across the ring by McIntyre. Oh no, look at this. Drew McIntyre is about to do something extremely brutal. Rollins just sent right into Sami Zayn. And that inverted Alabama slam, and now this is exactly who McIntyre wanted to get his hands on. It's main event Jey Uso. McIntyre's been waiting for this moment. It is a wounded Jey Uso, but McIntyre is stalking Jey Uso like it's tonight's dinner. You can hear the yeet chants, but Jey Uso will not back down from this fight. Jey Uso, McIntyre, back and forth, center of the ring. They're going toe to toe. McIntyre, future shock. Jey Uso countered. Super kick to the midsection. And the shirt comes off. And a big right. And mocking McIntyre, but instead McIntyre with a neck breaker. A minute and a half. A long minute 30 for Jey Uso with McIntyre, the freshest man in the match. Jey Uso has been through a lot of wear and tear. And now Jey Uso driven into the cage, the steel structure that is War Games. And McIntyre saying to acknowledge what you did. And that was costing McIntyre the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at last year's Clash at the Castle. And Jey never apologized. I mean, Jey is no longer associated with the bloodline. And McIntyre is frustrated that Jey becoming a better man wasn't, that Jey Uso never apologized. I mean, Jey Uso saying he's changed. That's why Cody Rhodes brought him over to Monday Night Raw. And to get him away from the bloodline. Jey Uso has no longer been associated with the bloodline for quite a bit. And now look at this. Look at this 1D. Pulling a page out of the Usos' playbook. And now Balor going to work on Sami Zayn. And July 4th, 1987 in the Omni in Atlanta, the father of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, created the structure that is War Games. And now, here we are, scratch forward to 2023. It is Survivor Series War Games. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, now finds himself in the very creation of his own father. This brutal structure Cody Rhodes is going to experience for the first time. Cody Rhodes going after McDonough. Clothesline to McDonough. And once again, McDonough turns things around. Cody Rhodes steps up and over. Huge back body drop taking out McDonough. And now Cody Rhodes, sending Balor on to McDonough. And now Cody Rhodes. What is Cody Rhodes grabbing? Oh, my. Paying homage to his father. Look who's grabbing the other end. We saw this at last year's Hell in a Cell. Cody saying it's not for you one night. Shades of Hell in a Cell, except this time they're working together. Boom! The bell right to the face of Balor. Balor definitely got his bell wrong, that's for sure. Oh, going low. Rollins asking Rhodes if he's coming tonight, and he doesn't know. Cody Rhodes doesn't know. And now Cody Rhodes going after Priest. Rollins wanted to make sure and was demanding to know if the man is going to be here, if the Viper is going to show up, if he's going to slither into the All-State Arena and into the War Games match. And now the Judgment Day will have the advantage once again. And Chicago already giving a warm welcome for Dominic Mysterio. And Dominic Mysterio heading into the ring, not wasting any time, going after the American Nightmare. Now it's a 5-on-4. All 5 of the Team Judgment Day is in the ring. And now Dom going after Seth freaking Rollins, now going after main event Jey Uso, just pummeling Uso now going after Sami Zayn. And the WWE Universe with very welcoming chants for Dominic Mysterio. And now paying homage to his Uncle Eddie. And, oh boy. Dominic Mysterio realizing he just messed up. Uh-oh. He's being surrounded by Jay, by Rollins, by Zayn. And now the American Nightmare gets away from the grip of Dominic Mysterio. And now Dominic Mysterio realizing he messed up and he's being pummeled alive. He's being eaten alive by a pack of hungry wolves who want nothing more than to get their hands on Judgment Day and take care of the Judgment Day problem. Cody Rhodes and Dominic Mysterio have had their issues in the past earlier this year. A lot of chaos going on in the War Game structure. And now the table is being set up in the corner. Now it's a 5-on-4. Judgment Day has the numbers advantage. And we don't even know if Team Rhodes is going to even have a fifth member. We don't even know if he's going to be here. We saw Rollins ask Rhodes if he was going to be here, and Rhodes doesn't even know for sure. Rollins are going to buckle bomb Dominic Mysterio, but now the Judgment Day is starting to fight back. And now things are starting to pick up. There are bodies everywhere. It is a human demolition derby. There is chaos. I mean, you didn't expect anything less. The Chicago fans awaiting the fifth member of Team Rhodes. Waiting for the final member, just like the rest of Cody's team. And now McIntyre, chokeslam to Rollins, looking for it. Owen said, McIntyre, look at now Cody Rhodes sent into McIntyre. Look at this. A triple chokeslam. Rhodes, Rollins, Zayn go down at the hands of McIntyre and Priest. Priest is calling the shots. And JD McDonough with a moonsault. What a beautiful moonsault. And a coup de grace for Rollins. And a frog splash to Cody Rhodes of the Judgment Day stands tall. The Judgment Day is having everything that go their way right now. And if we don't see the arrival of Team Rhodes' fifth member, this may be the scene of the ending of this hellacious bout between these 9 men in the ring. And Rollins goes down with a razor's edge by Priest through the table. Well, now it's time. In 10 seconds, Randy Orton should be arriving. And the Viper is nowhere to be found. He's still hibernating. What is this? Oh, wait a minute. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. She's got the Money in the Bank contract. Priest is going to cash in. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Rollins is within the table. Gonna cash in. Oh, he's here. The Viper's here. Uh-oh. The Viper, Randy Orton, is here. And you just saw the expression on the Judgment Day's face change. This doesn't look like the same Randy Orton we last saw 18 months ago. Look at the size of Randy Orton. He's got to be like 280, 275 now. And now the War Games War Games has officially begun. A snap power slam for Mysterio. WWE's Apex Predator has arrived in Chicago. Coming off of a double fusion back surgery after being out 18 months, the Viper has arrived. And like I said, he looks like he ate the old Randy Orton. That's how massive his version of Randy Orton is. He's got to be 275, anywhere from 275 to 290 pounds. That is vintage Randy Orton. You know, so you know what they say, better late than never. And perfect timing. Randy Orton evening the odds, and now McIntyre wants to get his hands on the Viper. McIntyre and Orton now, here we go, but Priest from behind. Randy Orton experiencing right now what it's been like dealing with the Judgment Day over on Monday Night Raw. The Judgment Day on the attack. Now spoiling the return of Randy Orton. All 5 members of the Judgment Day going after Randy Orton. But now here we go. Team Rhodes is back. Jay, Sammy, Rollins. And bodies being cleared. Now we're heading into the middle of the rings. This is the dangerous part of the ring. That steel-plated ring connector. Randy Orton's arrival just thwarted the Money in the Bank cash-in by Damian Priest. They're all paying homage to the Viper, Randy Orton. Vintage War Games, if you will. And War Games has just picked up. Randy Orton is fired up. 18 months waiting. Oh. Randy Orton looking at Jey Uso. Jey Uso is part of who put Randy Orton out of action. Randy Orton's not forgotten about what he did. Boom! Poor Jey Uso just intercepted Priest, saving Randy Orton. RKO out of nowhere! Stomp to Priest on a diamond plate and a Cody cutter. Haluva kick. Uso splash. Bodies are everywhere. Team Rhodes is on fire. Uh-oh. And JD McDonough just realizing it's all setting in now. And JD McDonough wants to escape. He's heading up to the top, but he's not. That's not going to happen. If he escapes the cage, the Judgment Day forfeits the match. And now Sami Zayn and Rollins going after McDonough at the top of the cage. JD McDonough, maybe having second thoughts about joining the Judgment Day at this point. He's about to experience a world of hurt because what awaits him is a Viper with a look on his face like we've seen many, many times. Randy Orton calling a shot. RKO! And Randy Orton's fired up. What an epic RKO. McDonough off the cage. And now a crossroads for Damian Priest. And that's going to do it. Team Rhodes wins War Games. What a win for Team Rhodes, taking care of the Judgment Day problem here in the Allstate Arena in Chicago. And we saw the arrival of Randy Orton, the return of the Viper. What a match we just witnessed. What a return for Randy Orton. A lot of craziness we just witnessed tonight. These superstars put their bodies on the line. Randy Orton is a 14-time world champion. And what a return. What a moment. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Generally Vintage Orton. And everybody gave a Vintage Orton DDT. And Jey Uso saving Orton. And Super King and Damian Priest. Cody with a Cody Cutter to Finn Balor. Haluva kick to McIntyre by Sami Zayn. An Uso splash by Uso onto Drew McIntyre. And then one of the craziest RKOs we've ever seen to JD McDonough. Let's take a look at this in slow motion. A beautiful RKO to JD McDonough. And then this would be the final blow of the War Games match. Cody Rhodes with a Crossroads for the 1, 2, 3 to pick up the victory for Team Rhodes in War Games. And now Jey Uso and Sami Zayn hugging it out. Rollins and Rhodes able to team together for one night only. What a historic night here in Chicago. It has been one heck of a night in the Allstate Arena. It has been electric. It has been insane. What? Wait a minute. No. That can only mean one thing. That's CM Punk. We haven't seen CM Punk in nearly a decade. What in the world is CM Punk doing at War Games? We know Punk is from Chicago. The fans here are electric for their hometown hero, CM Punk, Chicago's own, the Second City Saint. CM Punk has arrived. What a shock. CM Punk is back. What does this mean for the future of the WWE with the return of the cult of personality himself, CM Punk? Absolute insanity. CM Punk is back.